Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this webinar from Viberent on 3 smart ways to transform your rental operations. My name is Siva Sivakumar and I'm a director here at Viberent, and we thank you for your time this afternoon. Viberent is a rental management system, cloud-based rental management system created for worldwide hire and rental businesses to basically help transform and your business, and also introduce internal efficiencies, further internal efficiencies. This is an internet intensive webinar, so we request you to close down your applications such as email, Skype, etc. that may interfere with your internet availability. And you can use the webinar control panel using the arrow, red arrow. And if you need to ask any questions, please feel free to do so. Type the questions in the question panel and click the send button, and towards the end of the webinar we'll endeavor to answer all your questions. We have come across many rental companies that still manage their rental operations using whiteboards, sticky notes, Excel spreadsheets, and also manual diaries. I hope one of yours is not like that, but we have come across many businesses like that. And typically, in our experience, rental businesses face 3 key challenges. Basically, knowing the status of equipment. Where is it? What condition is it? And is it available to rent or not? And obviously, we're all in business to make money, so regular billing of rentals is very important, and unless you invoice your customers, you're not going to get paid. And thirdly, compliance, such as equipment service history, personal property registration, etc. So at any point in time, rental business need to know where all your equipment is it available for hire, when is it coming back, have you raised an invoice for it, and have you received payment for it. And obviously, businesses spend hours and hours every week transferring data to the accounting system, reconciling equipment status and payments, and obviously locating equipment wherever they are. Viberent will show you there are 3 smarter ways to transform your business and further introduce internal efficiencies. This is by introducing rental inventory efficiencies and ability to manage your rental operations anywhere, anytime, and using any device. And thirdly, by empowering your customers to interact with you. Viberent is changing the landscape in the hire-end rental marketplace with the ability for your customers to interact with you directly, so that you have all your rental operations in one place, and you can use the same data, and your customers can also use the same data, provided you give access to them. So we'll show you the simple and efficient way to manage your rental business. And Viberent is a cloud-based application deployed on the Microsoft Azure platform, which is guaranteed to be 99.9% available, and also provides huge security on your data, and it integrates directly with accounting platforms like Xero, MYOB, QBO, etc. And the most important thing is you no longer have to rely on your Excel sheets and diaries to manage your rentals. Viberent will not only manage your data, but also post transactions directly through to your accounting system. So that step of manually entering data into your accounting system is totally eliminated. You enter the data once and it goes through to your accounting platform immediately. And what does this leave you with? Additional time that you can choose to use it in leisure activities or other things important to you or your family or your business. Viberent is used by over 35 industries all over the world, things like mining equipment, medical equipment, portable toilets, mobility hire, plant and machinery, fireworks, audiovisual. Over 35 different industries use Viberent at the moment. A case study from one of our existing customers called ABC Containers in Perth. Now, prior to implementing Viberent, they had huge invoicing errors, at least 10% every month, and they had dedicated staff, created positions created for managing their rentals, and they used to spend 3 to 4 days every month raising invoices for their customers. Now the problem is obviously it not only introduces cost to the business, it also introduces other complexities such as one overseeing the other's work and things like that. So what the customer needed was 100% accurate invoicing and reducing the staff involvement. After introducing Viberent, the long-term rental processing reduced their month end to just 20 minutes. Imagine raising 200, 300 long-term invoices at the end of each month. It will be really cumbersome and take a lot of time manually. So with Viberent, they only needed one staff member to not only manage all their rentals, but reducing their overheads completely, and the business owner even now spends additional time running the business rather than being involved in day-to-day invoicing and things like that. So at this stage, we would like to provide a demo of the Viberent system so that we can show you the key aspects of the system and how the system interacts with your accounting platform. Like we said, Viberent is a cloud-based application, and therefore it is used on a browser such as Google Chrome or Firefox or other browsers. Let me maximize the screen for you. And initially you need to make connection to your Viberent system using the configuration menu by going into load data, and that will allow you to connect your Viberent system to your Xero organization. We got a sample here with Xero. The functionality is exactly the same whether you use Xero or MYOB or another accounting package. So once you make the connection to Xero, Viberent can be customized to suit your business requirements. Viberent provides a lot of configuration screens that allow you to customize Viberent to your requirements. Simple things like your date settings and any comments that you want to have standard as part of the system, and also whether you want to show the rental returns on your calendar and whether to show customer names on transaction calendar, etc. We also give you 6 custom fields that you can use for any purpose. For example, if you are a event management company or a property styling company and you want to know how to access your customer venue, then you can have one custom field labeled as such. And also if you are a wedding designer and you want to know the name of the bride and groom for the wedding event that you are preparing for, then you can enter that as a separate field as well. So we basically give you 6 custom fields that you can use for any purpose. Viberent also provides specific data for event management businesses. For example, if you need to collate your deliveries to different venues within a convention center, such as mezzanine floor or outside courtyard or internal foyer or wherever it is, if we have say 20-30 deliveries to be made to a number of customers all over the place at a venue, then you can have these configured within Viberent by show code, name and venue, and these can then be used to collate your deliveries accordingly. Viberent also allows you to include your rental agreement and terms and conditions. Simply copy and paste the text from your Word document or PDF, the document that your customers sign off on, simply copy and paste. So you can have one set of document for rental agreement and another one for terms and conditions. Simply copy and paste the text. There is no limit to the amount of text you can have, and you can use it as part of processing your rental agreement from your customers. In addition to renting equipment, you can also include accessories. For example, any consumables or other items that you include as accessories can be now part of Viberent. Things like box of tissues, whatever it is, you can again all customizable by you. You can specify what they are, and also on top of charging your customers for daily and monthly rental and all that, you can also charge them for things like, admin or delivery or pickup. These one-off charges that you charge your customers for, you can include them as part of Viberent. Viberent can also be customized to have your own unique rental periods. We provide some standard rental periods like monthly, etc., but you can have your own periods such as daily, weekly, 4 days, 5 days, weekend, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, etc., as part of Viberent. You can also now process direct discounts within Viberent at a transaction level, so you can specify those as well. Okay. Viberent also allows you to send out emails directly. You can have one template for quote, another template for rentals, etc. So you can have different messages for different purposes. And Viberent also allows you to personalize your message. Suppose you want to say include the customer name so that it is personalized when you send it to them. Simply include the tag as part of Viberent. And so when the email is sent out to the customer, it will be personalized saying, hi John, or hi Mary, etc. So Viberent provides a lot of configuration that makes your life a lot more easier. Once this configuration menu is completed, your daily workflow goes from left to right. For example, the dashboard, as the name suggests, gives you an overall view of the business. Inventory allows you to manage your inventory. Contacts obviously allows you to manage your customers. And transaction is the heart of the system, where you process your quotes, your rentals, and other things. And what is a system without having the ability to generate reports for you to see how your business is tracking? Viberent provides over 20 reports to give you a deep analysis of your business operations. We'll go through all of these things. And on top of this, Viberent now also includes mobile apps as well as customer portal. We will cover these as well. In terms of the dashboard, it's the transaction calendar gives you a bird's eye view of your business, shows you in color-coded form how the business is traveling. As it says here, you have brown, as tentative quotes, that's shown in brown color. Then you have confirmed quotes in green color, active rentals in blue color, and any returns coming back to the yard, they are shown in red color. So you can have a clear view as to how your rental operations are traveling just by looking at it. So you can prepare yourself, okay, next week I've got 2 deliveries to be made and 2 returns coming back, so you can schedule your drivers and other people accordingly. One of the key things about any rental business is the ability to check for stock availability at any point in time. For example, you have an event coming up in October and you want to find out how much of your marquees and other things are available. Simply select the period and say, okay, show me all the tents and marquees available in the month of October. The system comes back and tells you this is how much you have available. The figures in green represent your availability, and obviously the figures in red let you know that you don't have sufficient stock for these items going forward. And also one of the key things that businesses want to know is, what are my upcoming transactions? Okay, tell me, what are the deliveries to be made in the next week or next month? The system tells you, okay, these are the deliveries to be made for this date period. and these are the rentals that are coming back, so that you can organize your deliveries and pickups accordingly. Viberent also, you can also extract a delivery and pickup schedule using the reports menu, and that gives you details of what deliveries to be made and what pickups need to be made, etc. Now, we mentioned there are three smart ways to manage, transform your rental operations, and the first one was the inventory. Viberent now includes comprehensive inventory data management. For example, in your accounting application, you'll have the base item details, but such as your item code and item name. However, in Viberent, you can maintain all kinds of data about your items. For example, you can configure an item to be your own rental item or a cross rental from another supplier, or if you're including crew or staff or consultants or technicians, engineers and other people on job, and you want to track their availability as well, you can include them as service type item. Viberent also allows you to sell items as part of a rental. For example, if you're a party rental company, you're renting out tables and chairs and other things, and you also want to sell 20 packets of balloons and 10 packets of glitter and poppers and things like that, then you can include them as sale items. You can also specify the pricing as your daily rate, weekly rate, monthly rate. Remember the rental periods that we configured? This is where they come into play. And also Viberent allows you to include documentation. For example, a user guide or a manual or an occupational safety and health guide. You can include all of them in here. There is no limit on the amount of documents that you can include. And also you can include images about the item as well. For example, if you have multiple images of the item, then you can specify those, and you can set one as default so that it can be used in other places. Viberent allows you to maintain serial numbers and barcodes of your inventory, so that when you're processing rentals, you can simply scan the barcodes and use them immediately, like how you do in a checkout counter. Now, you can enter the data like here in using these screens. However, Viberent also provides you with the ability to enter data via Excel template and using them to upload data to your Viberent system. For example, you can simply download the template, open it in Excel, populate it with your data, and you can upload it back into Viberent. This comes in very useful when you want to update your pricing. If you have hundreds of items and the pricing changes, say every 6 months or so, instead of going through screen by screen to enter your updated pricing, you can simply enter the pricing in your template and import it back in. Simply select the file and import it back. Now, one of the key functions that we provide within Viberent is what we call as the kit management. These are called as kits, packages, whatever you want to call them. Right? In many industries, you can have packages that you have. For example, in a party hire environment, you can have 10 tables, 20 chairs, 50 dinner plates, 2 juice containers, and a whole lot of other things. So instead of including them one by one in your transaction, you can create a kit or a package that allows you to include as many items as you require. For example, with this party hire, you can include chairs, bar, fridge, whatever it is that you need to include, marquees, etc. So you can include any number of items into the package, and then you can use them in your quotes and rentals. Such is the power of Viberent that allows you to be really, really flexible in how you manage your rentals. Once you maintain your inventory, as you can see, there is comprehensive data that you can maintain as part of inventory. Putting together your rentals becomes really a breeze. For example, Viberent allows you to put through quotes and convert those quotes into rentals. Now, suppose you're raising a quote and you want to raise a quote for a new customer, but the customer does not exist. You can simply add a new customer right then and there. So you can create the new customer, post them to your accounting package, and start to put through a quote for them immediately. I'll demonstrate the quote module with a simple example. This is where you specify whom the customer that you're going to bill on the left side, and on the right side you can specify the customer shipping address. For example, if you're doing work for Bunnings or one of the big chain businesses, and you're billing the head office, but then you're shipping the goods to a specific location. Or if you're a scaffolding company, you're invoicing the builder, but then you're shipping the goods to a home that is being built in a suburb, then you can specify the shipping address. You can specify the items that are going to be included as part of your rentals. Say, for example, you want to include another item. You can simply search on the item, and the system also includes images of the item so that you can see which items you're going to select. So you can select, say, for example, I'm going to use these 12-inch porcelain plates, and I'm going to charge them, $2 per plate, whatever it is. And you can just add it in and simply save the entry. So the system calculates based on the rental rates and other things how much the customer is to be charged, and you can include any accessories to go with it. For example, I'm going to include boxes of tissues, and also I'm going to include the driver license number, because it's a new customer. We don't have a credit history with them, therefore I'm going to get some ID and things like that, so I can include those. And I'm going to charge this customer a delivery fee of $20 or something. At this stage I can save the details, and I can print it or email it to a customer. And I email it, I can include the template that I want to use, and I can just choose to include any rental agreement terms and conditions, and also attach other files. For example, if you want to include a floor plan or whatever it is, then you can include as part of this. You can simply print it, and the system shows you all the details. Now, we provide a few other functions. For example, you are putting together a package for a particular customer, and you don't want to show the pricing and things like that. You just want to show the overall pricing. Then you can simply choose to exclude unit price and amount, so that when you print it, the system does not show the line pricing and simply shows an overall amount. Right? And also we chose to include terms and conditions and rental agreement, and these are included as part of your this thing. And you can choose to export it to PDF or other formats, but the system also allows you to email it anyway. Okay. Now you send it to the customer, and the customer says, thanks very much, I accept your quote. You can simply convert that to a rental by clicking the convert to rental button. Say the event is 3 months away, so you start to prepare the quotes initially, and as and when there are changes made to the quote, you can keep on making any number of changes to the quote till such time the quote is finalized. At that time you can convert that to a rental. If you have, say, those changes being made and you want to keep a track of what transpired, you can also put through comments as part of your Viberent quote. You can say customer changed their mind regarding marquee. They need in white color. So you You can make all kinds of comments and keep them in there so that in case there are issues or anything, you have all the details available for you to defend your position. Viberent now provides few other functions as part of the quote module. In addition to converting that to a rental, suppose you send out standard quotes to a lot of your customers. Instead of recreating the quote every time, you can simply clone a quote. Clone a quote allows you to select a quote and create an exact replica of that quote so that you can simply change the customer's details and dates, and then a new quote is ready. Now, when the quote is converted to a rental, then you can do other things as part of the rental module in Viberent. Say for example, this particular rental with these items, you can add additional items to it, you can make any changes to it, and once everything is ready, you can generate a picking slip. So if you have a shipping company that takes all the gear and sends it to the customer side, you can email it to the shipping company, or you can print it. Simply include the accessories and barcodes and things like that. You can print it, and you can scan items in and out, from your warehouse. You can also obviously print it. When you say when you want to print it, Viberent allows you to print with including the rental agreement details, which is basically all the line items. However, if you want to show a standard message saying hire of scaffolding for XYZ builders from 10th August to 27th October. So when you want to print just this text and the amount, that's what the system does. So it doesn't show all the details to your customer so that they don't get confused and things like that. So you can simply tells you this is the description and that's the amount, and the customer can sign off on that. That's the power of Viberent, as that you can see. And now when it's time to invoice your customer, you can simply post a 0. That will generate an invoice in 0. Now, Viberent includes more functionality in the rental module. For example, once the customer rented equipment for say initial period of 1 week, and they come back and tell you, look, we want to extend it for a few more days, you can simply click the extend button to extend the rental to another period. And in specific circumstances, for example, if you're a mobility hire business and you have to roll over your rentals because the patient got a wheelchair from the rest home, and then and the rest home stops providing funding for that, and they transfer them to a hospital, and the hospital takes over the funding, then you can roll the transaction over from one to another, keeping the person exactly as it is. The system allows you to roll over transaction from one funding provider to another funding provider. Viberent also allows you to do long-term rentals as part of the system now. For example, you're sending out scaffolding to a particular company, and then they don't know how long they're going to keep it for, but you know very well that they'll come back, say, by 31st of December or so. Then you can simply tick on, say, as a long-term rental type. What that indicates to the system is this customer will be billed every month at the end of the month. For example, if the rental starts on, say, 17th of the month, and if you click long-term rental type, then the system will invoice for the first month from the 17th of the month to the end of the month. For example, 17th of August to 31st of August. and then it will invoice the customer from 1st of September to 30th of September, 1st of October to 31st of October, and so on. Okay, that's one way of managing a long-term rentals. The other method is, some businesses for cash flow purposes, instead of billing at the end of the month, they also say, for example, for some customers, they decide to bill on, say, 6th of the month. And for other customers, they want to bill on 16th of the month and things like that. So when you specify these dates, then the system will invoice the customer from 16th of one month to 15th of the following month, etc. Now, once this is posted to zero, and then it's time to invoice your customers for the next month, you can simply go into the Manage Posting screen, select all your unposted transactions, and you can either post them either individually, or you can select everything, and you can do a bulk post into your accounting system such as Xero. Suppose you have 200, 300 invoices to be raised at the end of the month. Instead of doing them individually, Viberent now gives you the functionality to invoice them all in one go. That is the kind of power that Viberent now provides. Your month-end invoicing becomes a breeze. Also, at any point in time, you want to note down other things. For example, just want to extend a particular transaction or terminate a particular transaction. You can also do that as part of this. And once the rental has finished, and after a few days you notice that you have found out that the customer has damaged the juice containers and things like that, you can simply select the particular rental and you can say damaged marquee, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to charge them a damage fee of $300 or something. You can save it, and then you can invoice your customer immediately. Now, one of the other functions that Viberent provides is keeping your equipment in tip-top shape. The repair and maintenance module allows you to do exactly that. You can maintain spare parts, you can maintain service types and other things. Say, for example, you have a 10K service or whatever service type it is that you have, you can include all of those. And you can say for the 10K service, these are the tasks that are involved and any checklists and any spare parts to be used. You can specify all of those. And then you can have a service schedule for the item for the next few months and things like that. So you can say, all right, this item has to be serviced regularly, so I will have the particular service schedule ready. And you can specify all the details in here. Labor, any custom charges, any service tasks, etc. All of those things can be maintained as part of your service schedule, and you can print it. And if you want, you can also raise a purchase order to your supplier for all your spare parts as well. And like we said before, Viberent now allows you to generate comprehensive reports about your rental operations. Simple things like delivery pickup schedule, machine locality register, the event packing list. Remember those specific things that we spoke about for event management companies, they can all be done as part of Viberent. Simple things like items available, what is not available, items hired, items not hired. So what is there in the yard that you can use straight away, and kit component lists, and also things like rental revenue. Say, for example, you want to find out how much money a particular customer has generated for you, and you can simply select, say, for example, that customer and that customer, and you can simply preview for that period, and the system comes back and tells you, okay, this is how much money you have made with Seven Hills for that period. Right? So as you can see, Viberent gives you a whole lot of functionality in terms of deep analysis of your reporting. Now, we mentioned that there are three smart ways. We looked at inventory, and the second thing we looked at was managing your rental operations anywhere, anytime, any device. So we have seen how we can manage through a web browser interface like this. Vibrant also allows you to manage it through a mobile platform. Obviously, we cannot show you the mobile screen from this window. However, with the mobile platform, there's an app for Android and iOS devices such as iPad and iPhone. The app allows you to link to your Vibrant account and process deliveries and returns. For example, when you deliver it to your customer site and you want to get the customer signature and things like that, you can simply say, all right, the customer accepts, all the items have been delivered and accepted. The customer can sign off on the box provided using a stylus pen or a finger, or they even use their finger to sign it off, and that is then made available in the Vibrent system. For example, when you go to the Vibrant system, in the other details area, we have the delivery sign and a similar one for the returns. So when you deliver, you have one signature, and when you return, there is another signature. All those are now made available as part of Vibrant now. So just using the mobile application, you can process your deliveries and returns. The mobile app does more than that. You can also place an order. Say suppose you are on the road and you're meeting an important customer and you don't want to lose the opportunity, you can simply grab an order on the road for your customer, and you can put through all the details that you would normally do, such as selecting the item, selecting the date, selecting the rental period and everything. The system calculates the value, and you can process the order straight into the Vibrant system. Once you save the order, it processes straight into the Vibrant system. The mobile Vibrant apps can be downloaded from Android and iOS. From Google Play, you can use this URL where you can download it from. For iOS, please send an email to info@vibrant and we will send you instructions. Okay. Now, we were talking about three smart ways. We covered the first one, inventory, and secondly, using rental operations from anywhere, any device. We covered that, the web as well as the mobile platforms. The third smart way we spoke about was empowering your customers. Vibrant now includes a proper customer portal that allows you to provide access to your customers to interact with you directly. This way, when your customer is placing an order, you don't have to manually input the order. The customer takes care of that. They input into the portal, and the portal transfers straight to a port in your Vibrant system. Imagine the time savings and the efficiency that you're going to provide to your organization. And also creates this stickiness with your customer. It's very important. Once you provide this customer portal access to your customer, it's very difficult for them to go to another provider because they can interact with you directly, and it's all notified to you, and then you process it immediately. They don't have to fax any order. They don't have to choose what they want to order and things like that. They can process it all through the portal. So as a rental business, you choose whom you want to access to for the portal. So simply select the customer who you want to access to. For example, I want to provide access to this particular customer, A and B Kebabs. Right? And then you can specify their details, and you can specify their phone number, and then you can include their address, and their email ID asin at abkebab.com.au, and you can assign them with a password. Now you can choose to provide your customers whether they can see stock availability or whether they can see the pricing. If you don't want them to see the pricing, simply untick it. And then you can submit it. So now all you need to do is send the details to your customer, and now they can start to place orders and things like that. Let me demonstrate that for you. So you can log into the portal, and this is what your customer sees. And now they can place a new order. So this, when the customer logs in, they see your branding in there with your logo and everything else. And they can place an order. They can simply select, I want to order this item, and I want to order 2 of those, and I want it for daily, and I want it for 10 days from 15th of August, add 10, and I want to add another item, so you can include it. For example, I want to include that, and I want to include daily, and I want to include 2 of them for the same period, and you can include them in, and the system calculates, okay, I want to include all of those. And you can now place the order with your rental company, which is yourself. So once the customer places the order, you can go in and then you can look at your order list. And you can see the customers have placed an order, and you can then convert them to a quote straight away. As you can see, this really empowers your customers. They can interact with you directly, and in the process you don't have to duplicate anything. Simply convert to booking, and all the data goes through to your quote module. And you can send a confirmation to your customer. So saving you a lot of time and effort, saves your customer a lot of time and effort, and it's all done electronically, so there is no ambiguity in terms of choosing the items and things like that, and it's a win-win for you and the customer. So those are the 3 smart ways by which you can really transform your business. So in summary, Viberent includes a lot of functionality: barcodes, kits, uploading of documents, 5-day week, 6-day week, equipment maintenance, powerful search, customer portals, and mobile apps. And we're not sitting idle. We are constantly improving functionality of Viberent, integrating the Google Docs, multi-site location management, and much more. All of these are being developed, and we'll be releasing them in due course. And it's a very small investment. Either you can go in for a monthly subscription or an annual subscription if you have multiple users in your company. So for up to 5 users, you can subscribe at $11.99 per year, or for unlimited users, we have $17.99 per year. And we also include 4 hours of training and 5 hours of data migration assistance. And obviously we want to make it easier for you. For a $300 savings, you can get the yearly subscription bundle That includes 4 hours of training and 5 hours of data migration. It's very easy. What your next steps are? Simply confirm your subscription, send us your inventory data, and make a time for setup and training. And thanks very much, folks, for listening to Viberent. So contact details. Feel free to raise any questions at this time. We'll be only happy to answer them for you. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.